When you're using a carriage bolt, a machine bolt, or threaded rod, you often have to cut it to length because, of course, they only come in certain sizes and sometimes they're just too long. So what most people do is they just clamp it in place and cut it, and I'll show you how that works. Okay, so I'm just going to cut it without any preparation at all. Just cut this bolt. There you go. Now it's the perfect length. So what's the problem? Well, here's the problem. Because I didn't prep it at all, there's no way to get the nut on. Look at that. It's absolutely stuck on there. And why? Because the cutting it marred the threads. It deformed the threads, and there's no way to get the nut back on. So how do you prevent that? A nut. In fact, 2 nuts. You may have seen this trick before. You put the nut on first, and then you make the cut, and when you take the nut off, it recuts those threads. Beautiful. Works almost every time. I've often found where it doesn't work, and you're back in the same place with a bolt you can't use. So the trick is to really put on 2 nuts. I've done this several times. It's never failed. Put 2 nuts on. This way you have 2 chances to recut those threads. I'll show you how that works. So now, you'll see when you take those nuts off, usually the first one, sometimes you need a wrench. I can feel it right there, feel that tension, and then beautiful. That one's spun off. Now this one should come off much more easily. There you go. Good as new. This tip has to do with the shavings, all these metal shavings. Super sharp, very difficult to clean up. You know, I was always looking for a way to clean those up easily without making a mess. So I thought, well, what's the easiest way to pick up metal? With a magnet, right? But the problem is if you just use a magnet, then it gets the filings, those little shavings, and get stuck on a magnet. How do you get them off? You basically have to throw the magnet out. It's such a pain in the neck. So here's a quick tip on how to pick those up, and it works every time. All you need is a magnet and a plastic bag. It's a very lightweight plastic bag, and what you do is you put the magnet in the bag. But you see how very easily sweeps up all the shavings. What's nice about this is you don't have to touch them at all, which is the whole point. All right, so once you've collected all those metal shavings, you turn the bag inside out, pull off the magnet, then you just wad it up, toss it out.